Hi, welcome to For Flow with Chloe, where I'm going to pull some from my new deck, the Wild Reflections. Quite small cards, but very easy to shuffle. Nice shiny green sides. Sheeny greeny. And the first card out is the Moon. Ah, c'est la lune. And we have the two dogs howling at it. There's a big old full moon on this card. We have just come past that lunar eclipse, which was a full moon in Virgo. And some messages may have come in loud and clear, putting a big light on your shadow side and what needs to be released. And while that may have not happened immediately, as it's an eclipse, the energy of it is going to last at least sort of 6 months. So there may be, a peak happening around now that may continue on with the theme of it for another 6 months. And you might be getting the messages loud and clear, like the howling wolves. And we have this sort of stream that runs between the two dogs. And one is a light coloured dog and one is a darker coloured dog, and it's this sort of like balance and opposition of like the sun and the moon, and the light being shone on the shadows, and this big illumination, and this need to sort of flow down the middle of it and unite the messages, confront the shadow side, and release with compassion what needs to be sent far off downstream. Of course, the moon rules the sign of Cancer as well. We have had quite a long Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, which has been maybe bringing, Jupiter really likes being in the sign of Cancer. It's in its exaltation in Cancer. It's happy. It's like it loves the expanse of the nurture. But with it being in retrograde, having been in retrograde, and Cancer being quite a sign that often it's got big crabby claws, sometimes it struggles to let go. So there might have been quite a nostalgic vibe, and a struggle maybe to let go emotionally of certain things recently that you do need to let go of. It's like knowing and accepting your roots and where you've come from and accepting that, but knowing like what you've outgrown. And the next card we get is the Fool, which symbolises Aquarius. We could also look at this, however, as that 0 point of Aries, where we had the Saturn and Neptune conjunct on the 0 point of the cardinal sign, Aries, that kicks off the whole new astrological wheel. Yeah, but the sun is about to move into Aries, me first kind of energy, like all of they have the sun is about to move there on the spring equinox on the 20th, and going to be conjunct that 0 point Saturn and Neptune. They're all going to be in very close proximity, lighting one another up. But essentially, the Fool represents Aquarius, because Aquarius is very, very free-spirited, forward-moving. It's all about innovation and it wants to go on the adventure. Aries likes to go on the adventure as well. And the entire tarot is about the Fool's journey through the tarot and the lessons that are to be learned, and the real like up for it vibe of being young and full of spirited adventure, essentially. And like the willingness to take on those lessons, like it wants the challenge. It's like, yeah, I'm going to dive off this cliff. Woohoo! So excited. It's not even looking back. And supposedly the Fool has all of the tarot tools in this little knapsack that she carries with her. Very small tools on this lady's case. And then just like, you know, hop off the cliff. Woohoo! Off I go. It's time. And we also have the Tower. That's the lightning striking. On this rendition of the Tower, we have quite a cool like treehouse situation. And we've got a little squirrel and some sort of night bird watching the characters fall out of the tower, like, oh, you foolhardy people. But yeah, we also have Uranus. And is it on the 25th of April? So not that far away. Uranus is going to move into Gemini again. And at the moment it is, I think it's at 29 degrees of Taurus. And Taurus is all about sort of stability, structures. It's very earthy, very practical, and it can be quite stubborn. And it likes its kind of same way, predictable routines. And Uranus being there in this final degree is like, it's time to collapse all of those predictable structures that have been in place in a very Uranus kind of eureka kind of fast-paced way. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius as well. And so funny that we've got some Aquarian vibes. So we've got this kind of need for collapse, need for structural and system collapses, which there is a lot going on in the world of at the moment, undeniably. But in my end is my beginning. One cannot have the new beginning without discarding and letting go, releasing the old ways, collapsing the old ways, and being up for the new way, which is the Fool card. We have the Death card, Scorpio's card, transformation. In my end is my beginning, a need for release. We also have a shed load of energy going on at the 28 degree of Pisces when we come towards the new moon in Pisces on either the 18th or 19th, depending on where you are. And it being at that point is a massive point of release. Pisces is the final zodiac sign. It's all about release anyway, because it's the final sign. It's like the spiritual enlightenment. If you've made it all the way around the wheel, I've learned these lessons. It's time to release these, karmic things that I've learned and become spiritually enlightened and awakened so that I can begin again when we move over to Aries. And so things being at that 28 degrees, there's going to be a lot of release, a lot of collapse of the old way, but a lot of rebirth. because the death card isn't just about death, dying no more. It's about rebirth, the transformation of things through rebirth. Just as in winter, the plant life becomes dormant, the leaves fall, lots of things die off, it re-emerges in spring. It's all about the end of winter, the start of spring. We begin again. It's all about the end of the astrological wheel as we tip into the new one, which is set to bring lots and lots of new ways, new systems, new structures, new ideologies, new, and fast-paced, lots of technology changes, etc. And we have the Magician, the Gemini card, and did say just a few moments ago about Uranus is about to move into Gemini on the 25th, I think it is, of April. Which is going to bring out about a lot of this innovative technology, fast-paced change. Geminis love change. I live for it. I love change. I wish I could have more change right now. I feel quite stagnant. Like, bring me some change. Please, universe, bring me the change. I'm up for it. Bring me the tower so I can go hop off a freaking cliff into my new beginning. I'm all for it. It's not easy though. It's not easy, but it's necessary to keep things moving, to keep things fresh, to keep it light, to keep it forward thinking. And Uranus, Aquarius' ruling planet, all about innovative forward thinking for the masses. Gemini is more about individual kind of intellect and more like short-term, day-to-day changes and transitions and thoughts, but still very, very fast-paced, very, very quick and direct, and point A to point B now. Bring it. And we have all these gorgeous, gorgeous butterflies on the Magician card as well, which are about transformation. Death card, transformation, rebirth. And, you know, the butterfly literally goes into a cocoon and completely dissolves before it becomes an entirely new being, and then emerges from the cocoon as a beautiful butterfly, and it flips off like da, 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 bye guys, and off into the happy summery weather to flit about unstoppably. And the Magician is very much about as above as below, this kind of like weaving and integrating the magic as well, and working with your own magic. But yeah, it's kind of associated with Virgo as well, because the Magician, it does represent the planet Mercury, which rules Gemini and Virgo. But it's that very like high speed planet. Obviously we have Mercury retrograde at the moment as well, which is actually going to be conjunct the North Node in Pisces. It's retrograded towards the North Node. So there's going to be these messages coming through about where to go next, because the North Node is what guides us forward. It's about how to ascend. The South Node in Virgo is what we need to leave behind. So that lunation in Virgo, that eclipse in Virgo, is all about what we need to continue to leave behind and minimize out of our lives, eclipse out of our lives, so that we can travel towards the North Node in Pisces. And Mercury, Virgo's ruling planet, is over there chatting to the Piscean North Node. If it's not now, it's very soon. definitely is on the new moon. We have Pisces energy here with the Knight of Cups. And he is using his shell here, which represent the cups in these cards, to just like knock over the king. He's knocking over a chess piece here with his batting it over with his shell or his cup. And the fact that he's playing chess is quite interesting. It's like strategic. And it's very calm energy. Chess is quite a calm and patient game. It's like playing the long game. And, you know, Pisces has played the long game because it's the final sign in the zodiac wheel. And it's about all of the realizations about, you know, it's been all the way through all of the other 11 houses before you get to Pisces. And so there's a real wisdom that there is with an evolved Pisces, a very spiritual wisdom. And so what I'm getting is having the wisdom to know when you're kind of getting in your own way, and to know that you're only ever in competition with yourself. We have the sun. She bangs the gong. Bong. Now, if that's not a big declaration, I don't know what is. It's like, hear thee, I declare. And that's kind of the energy of the sun. It's here to shine bright, make declarations, and illuminate things. We started with the full moon, and I was talking about, you know, the full illumination of things and shining light on the shadow. The sun does the same thing. Got to remember that the sun also creates shadows. But it's like a return of vitality and a declaration of, like, when someone bangs the gong, often it's like, it's time. An announcement, I'm here, I've arrived, here I am. I'm shining bright for all the world to see. Hear thee, I've arrived. And I feel like that's banging that gong. Yeah, I've got I'm not meant to discuss songs and lyrics and stuff on YouTube, but I've got that Moloko song, The Time Is Now. Dong! Hear thee, the time is now. And we have the Queen of Wands, our fire queen. But here we have this more calm kind of vibe from the Queen of Wands. Our queens are always representatives of our cardinal signs. Cardinal fire, the sign is Aries, and it's all about leadership. Number one, I am the ruler, I lead it, I kick it off, me first. It is the first sign of the zodiac, the leader. And she's leading this pack of bison, of bovine, along with her, that represent real feminine strength. And so there's a real stable, strong, calm energy of like sovereignty, like, here I am. She looks so like calm and just like, yep, here I am with my massive herd of cows. Don't pee me off or I'll get you stampeded by them. But she doesn't need to say it or threaten it, because She just, look at her, she just stands so strong and proud. And she knows she's a leader, she doesn't need to prove it. You know, she's the leader of that herd, and they will follow her. And we have the Three of Pentacles, stability, shared stability. And they've got their camper van. They're painting the pentacles on the camper van. And it looks like they are kind of planning a journey, or they have arrived at a point on their journey, hitting the coast. Let's roll. And there's like a shared collective stability and wealth in this. Lord of material works. And so it's like a group investment, a group payoff. And like Mars likes being in Capricorn. It works fast. It's determined. It's determined to meet its goals and reach its goals. So there's a real energy of doing the miles. That's what I'm getting. Like happily doing the miles and getting the payout collectively, which is rather nice. So, you know, essentially, we've got a lot of things to release in order to step into the new with, you know, all of this moon and the tower and the fool, but the fool's up for it. The fool's like, yeah, it's time. It's right on time. And, you know, everything is that's falling away should be, and I'm ready. I'm ready for this change. I'm ready to learn the lessons. I'm ready to take this on. And then we have all of these really transformative cards. The Death card, transformation. The Magician, transformation through alchemy of magic. And this real up for it kind of energy of change, like as above, as below, like, and I am the point in the middle that meets them. I am the magic that, you know, meets the above and the below. I am the bridge. I'm the magic that brings it all together. And the King of Cups, and we're talking about, you know, like just this quiet kind of calm acceptance of your own power in a non-egotistical way, in like a wisdom, in a spiritual, compassionate wisdom energy. And then we have it's right on time. Dong, it's here and it's right on time, and the sun is returning. I am my own leader. I'm leading my own new path, my way into it, and it's going places. I'm ready to put in the work. I'm ready to put in the miles. I'm ready to earn it. And it's, you know, a new structure, a new stable structure, if you allow it. Love it. I'm gonna take one from the Ostara Seasons of the Witch deck, because it's all about spring thing, baby. Don't quite know where that came from. I'm not going on spring break or anything, like, anytime soon. I mean, I will get 2 weeks off work for Easter, which I'm hoping to get away for. Sadly not in a groovy camper van like this, but I am hoping to hit the coast. And we get chicks. All them hot chicks on spring break that I'm going to go and catch when I roll off in my camper van to hit the coast. Sorry. Yeah, chicks. And obviously Easter coming up, chicks, new beginnings, new life, eggs, symbolic of the structure that we are going to like break free from to emerge into our new beginning. There is no greater power than the light that lives on through acts inspired by the heart. Excellent. There was something I was going to say as well that I forgot to say. When I was talking about the magician, when I was talking about Mercury going and having a chat with the North Node in Pisces, it's almost like the magician and the cups like having a chat, right? And he is saying, you don't want to overthink it with your head, the game of chess. You want to use your intuition. And the magician, Mercury, is like learning how to not overly strategize from this King of Cups. He's learning how to follow more his heart and his intuition and learn that wisdom, not just the kind of 3D linear logic textbook way of the mind. It's about using the emotional, intuitive intelligence more so than your logic, is what I'm getting. Heart-based intellect, emotional intelligence, basically. And that's what that card has just reminded me to say. So thank you for that, chicks. The chicks on spring break are quite wise, as it turns out. Although they don't have the most sexy attire. She's got quite a milkmaid kind of traditional milkmaid vibe going on. But yeah, look at her apron full of new itty bitty little chicks. Beep, 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 beep. All those new lives, the new beginnings. And, you know, the whole cyclical thing where we had this whole in my end is my beginning, like trust the process of the cycle, the end of the wheel, the new cycle, this kind of wheel turning. And it's bringing up the kind of which came first, the chicken or the egg kind of vibe for me as well. And this just life cycle going round and round, and like which came first. Does it really matter? What matters is the birthing of the new and the accepting of the new and the breaking free from that egg to meet your new beginning. Crack them eggs with your little beak. Peck, peck, peck. Peck your way out of your rigid egg-like structure and meet your new life. And we also have shortbread. Lady peering out the window. Cute robin, heart-based. Robins really, really like shine bright from the heart space with their red breast. The sweetness of your craft asks that you indulge in the celebration of you. And I was just saying, you know, like meet your new life, the celebration of you. And I was talking about her sort of, where's she gone? Standing in her power, like her leadership, undoubting of who she is and that she is the leader of her own life. She is in celebration of herself. And this banging of the gong, like it's me, here I am. I rise to the occasion like the sun. It's right on time. I've declared it. In celebration of you. Fab. Shine your heart out like a robin and sing it loud like they do. God, they have the most beautiful bird song. I have a robin regularly in my garden. I love listening to it. I sometimes feel like it's singing to me, but you know, it's probably just singing generally. But it's always looking my way. God, these spring break chicks and robins. Anyway, that is the reading. I hope you liked it. Thank you to all you new subscribers and continual watchers. And happy Monday. I feel like that was a nice positive reading. There's a lot to like unpack there, but if we want to set off on our new journey, we need to make sure the suitcase is empty of all of our dirty washing, let's just say. And that is it. Bye for now.